Hi there, this is going to be a very short video. I've recently been putting some videos together about this enclosure for my Prusa Mini 3D printer. I had some interesting questions about it, including what the internal temperature of the enclosure was. In order to figure that out, I built a little temperature monitoring device based on an ESP32, and this video is just a short summary of that device. The hardware itself is not that interesting, so I'll be focusing on the software. So this was just a quick breadboard project. I had an ESP32 board and a KY-001 sensor board. There seems to be some strange standard for Arduino sensor kits, and this is usually the first board in a kit. There are plenty of tutorials online for how to hook this up, so I'm not going to dwell on that. My ESP32 is programmed to connect to my home Wi-Fi rather than be its own access point. So from a browser, I can access the IP address of the ESP32 and access the /root. The ESP32 pushes out some bytes which are interpreted by the browser as an HTML page including some embedded JavaScript. The browser then executes that JavaScript, it downloads the Google Graphs library and it starts a watchdog timer. When the timer expires, the JavaScript makes an AJAX request again to the ESP32, this time for the /read temp resource. The ESP32 uses that as the trigger to go and check the temperature on the sensor, and it returns that current temperature as a JSON item. The JavaScript in the browser restarts the watchdog timer. The web page continues to poll for new times and uses the Google Graphs library to display that data. The JavaScript code's not using timestamps though, so if you miss a sample, the graph will just be slightly wrong. This would be pretty easy to fix, but I found the connection reliable enough it wasn't an issue. It also only logs data whilst the browser window is open and polling the ESP, so this isn't a long-term data logger. If you're interested in seeing any of the code for this, it may be available via my GitHub. Thank you for watching and stay safe.